It doesn't instantly rip your ears at least. That's good, huh? Saved. Yeah, these thinkers. We'll see. Alright. Let's see what this all about then. Let's see what it is all about. The easy reader phones. You stylize fonts and writing effects that may be difficult for some readers. The easy reader phones option improves legibility by disabling some fonts and writing effects. I mean, they might be sometimes kind of tricky, but I think I still gonna do this probably. The Pentiment, that's gonna be just a little bit of it though. Just a few hours. If I like it, then I will do some more. But just gonna do the start basically. See how it is. Alright. Yeah, alright, I'll say. It's a little bit of a light in there. Bonka is. Bonka is. No. Not the book. Okay, in a few hours. I think it's like, it's actually kind of cool they made it on, what's the name? On the Xbox app now, how long it takes. The like integration of like how long to beat or something. And it takes, I think, like 14 hours or something. So we'll see. Hey, Johnny, hello. The dink intro. Hey, Turbolist, hello. Quick moves. Damn son. The algorithm. Yeah, Holy Roman Empire. An artist sleeps. An artist's mind. Alright. I'm gonna be dreaming there, huh? Diabet sent to me address. Still kind of loud though, a little. I want you distracting the sisters in the library. Finish this commission by the end of April. Keep your conversations with Brother Piero to a minimum. Brother Piero? I'm not sure it's gonna be showing here that way, I guess. Let's go with this, I guess. After the devil's work again, are you? Playing Grobian. Don't encourage him. Socrates. Devotion to one's work can yield the pleasures of the mind, superlative to those of the body. True. Either you need to spend time with more exciting lovers, or I need to learn how to work the Socrates way. Rhea. I'm checking these, I guess not yet. How did you reply to the Abbot Andres? Not my fault that God made me this handsome. Yeah, we're gonna be a 5-head. Takes great fortitude to be attentive to yourself and your work. Especially when there are pretty nuns around them. Must he make everything perverse? Yes. It's virtuous to focus on your work, but the abbot cannot hold you responsible for the feelings of the sisters. Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where a marriage and your new life as a master await you. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met, hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh, Jesus, then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty, at least? Elter? Let's see, alright. The brother said in his letter, but maybe he's just trying to lift my spirits. Are you actually fixing it kind of like yourself by pointing, or it happened automatically? I didn't pay attention, really. Small pattern that say it was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. Who knows? That's not why I'm doing it anyway. Well, I mean, yeah, like, that sounds kind of dumb anyway. True. It's growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andres. I fear you must leave us. True, your majesty. Will you visit us again soon, eh? Hopefully, but it's out of my control, your majesty. There are many things, trust in providence. Grobian, please see Andres safely home. Of course, your majesty. Until next time, Andres. Till next time, your majesty. Pay no mind to the other fools, Andres. I never do. And some pure good dreams there going on. Oh. At least I would if they would stop stepping on my feet. Which were you going? Ah, they are fools, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything, eh? No, well, John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Eh? Don't let him run your rag, boy. Try to keep order in the abbey. I'm an outsider. Alright, sure. Right, an outsider he brought in. If he wants your work, he has to deal with you as you are. Clouds are blowing wind, yeah. Some interesting like effect though to make it. Kinda weird. Guess you do, but as I say, you quote me. Ah, can you please? I give up. Take me over, Grovian. As you wish, Andres. The Pipigi ship, man. Morning, Ursula. Go, Ander. Time to get up. The Baron. Oh, 1518. What pages? Alright, hour 6. Another day, another few pages for the abbot, and hopefully a few for myself. We get across a town and head up to the abbey so I can start work at the scriptorium. Cross town and head up to the abbey. Alright, sure. And the mobs. Tossing. A whole bunch of stuff, alright. So I like the people stuff here too. Got a Piero Fiorona. Artist of Kirshawebe, known for his kindness and helpful nature, Brother Piero is also respected as a master painter specializing in works of extraordinary color. Nice. The Ex Libris. Ah, nice. That stuff became like kind of like popular again nowadays. People making the Ex Libris and stuff for themselves. There's like the book exchange clubs and everything. So you can order yourself like this like stamp basically that you put on your book that you know it's like the book from your library and stuff. You can design your own stamp and everything. And it's like recently I accidentally got like ads for that stuff somehow. And I was kind of like, the fuck is that shit? Interesting. I was looking into it. And people do be doing that nowadays. Don't tell Pony. He's gonna probably get himself some stuff with all his books. I'm gonna stamp some weeb shit on them. To mark his property. Grossary. Nuremberg, Free Imperial City of the Holy Roman Empire. A major trade center and city of arts including printing. Let's see. See the most I see. Yeah, now people just like stamping the Ex Libris to... It's like, you know, property of some library or something. Like someone's library. I think don't get lost and everything. Alright, was there something else in... No, just Ex Libris. It's gonna be changing later. We'll see. The Picatrix, Key of Solomon, the Heptameron. Prior E-rank keeps giving me all of these books to read. Let's see. I really should clean this up. Alright, go to bed a bit early, I guess. I'm just out of there. What was that? Let's see. Seems like I guess. So there was something else. Can we do some change stuff there? No. Just like the marker there where you go. Alright. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Kommer inte med all. Ding dreams with some clowns. Oh, so glad to hear it. Anyway, I know you'll be off to the abbey, so I packed you some food. That changes itself. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albans. Alright. They want me to ask you to join him for a dinner at the abbey. I'll just stop by him. Yeah, it's around dawn. Let's see. That's the food there. Alright. The food loot box. You are, Andreas. Many things. So Andreas, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we... It'd be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today. And if we raised it by 2 groschen. Ooh. Hate to ask, but we are behind on our taxes to the abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it, even more than usual, I mean. Well, if it's his hair there... I'm not sure about our financial situation there. I just clicked the first one. Alright. Just kind of like clicked out of the window. Didn't work on the first one. Alright. Bless you, Andreas, and may St. Luke watch over you today. Speaking of St. Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the Divine Office that Prior Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. Guidance. Reasonable restriction, but slow going. City Council doesn't require to become a master. I'm making it mostly to show clients and for my own sake. It's working on portfolio, then, son. And yes, when I do finish, I'll go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to university and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. I suppose it doesn't feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after some wandering. It's rather frightening, starting all over again. Yes, but I know that this is what I want to do. Many people get to decide that. Certainly not anyone in Telsing. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen you sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. A performance artist, yeah. It's getting there. Be a little bit like ballsy there, I guess, to go with the finest work from the get-go. Hard work will get you all the way, and that's what my father used to say. God rest his soul. Now I have to get back to my own work. A good day at the Abbey, Andreas, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course, please say hello to Druckers for us. Of course, until later, Clara. I'll see. We got some new stuff. More people. A whole bunch even now. Gertnerin, second wife. Peter Gertner, a mother of Ursula, known for her kindness and her concern for her husband's health. Klaus Drucker, Tassing, a town printer, husband to his wife Marie and father to Bertolt. Though Tassing is an unusual place for printing a press, he does a brisk trade with the pilgrims and other travelers on the Imperial Road. There are Peter Gertner and his late wife, Christine, who was largely raised by her brother and father. Prior parents of, like, Pish probably. Originally from Hungary, Ferenc is the prior of Kirchau Abbey and is responsible for running the scriptorium, known for his interest in esoteric books. Town carpenter, son of old Otto, known for his dislike of the Abbey, especially Father Gurnet. I can like zoom in even like this. I even zoom even harder like this. Huh, that's pretty cool, alright. That's pretty cool. Son of Clara, a father of Big Jorg. Ivan Rusilda, known for his temper and his dislike of the Abbey, and Leonhard Müller. Alright. So we got him. Let's see. There's the glossary there. The Groschen. Grosche. Type of thick silver coin minted throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Groschen are typically worth 12 pfennigs, but may be minted in different values. Nuremberg, Free Imperial City of the Holy Roman Empire, major trade center, including printing, and that one, St. Luke, a Christian evangelist and the patron saint of artists and physicians, often represented by a winged bull. Vespers, monastic hour at dusk. One of the major prayer hours is followed by supper. Divine Office, prayer times observed by all Christian monastic orders. Monks and nuns pray together 7 times a day and once at night, as dictated by the rule of Saint Benedict. I'll see. Alright, got him. I get him. Let's see. What do we have here? Go on this. There's basically nothing new here. Let's see. Alright, fine. Let's go. There's the rose bonded there. I see. The molded one. Others. Chicken. Il Peter. God bless you. Chris. Oh, yes, Andreas. So there's been a god awful. This town's gone to shit since my days. Son. I was talking too much about weather. It's very different when we were young. I thought weather was much different. It's different as beer and piss. The old habit didn't bother us much about our customs. Didn't mind if we left a little offering to purge to keep the skies clear, the weather fair. Ah, see, I got a pagan right here. Matthias knew that God was in our hearts, Christ was in our hearts, even if the White Lady's name was on our lips. Banal observances of pagan gods. That's not what sort of old customs? The kind that scare away witches and keep spirits from crawling storm clouds over our farms. Oh, the saints weren't the first to watch over tossing. My father knew that. Old Ranig Kemper knew that. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us keep the traditions alive. Monke is. What do these traditions entail? When you get up in the night to take a piss, go around at the right side of the house and never go back the same way. Damn son, alright. And good to know. That way the witches don't steal your soul. Alright. Interesting. Cough, cough. How should it go? Alright, God bless you. See, I need the piss strats, dude. Ain't that simple. Otherwise, rip your soul. Just like the farm worker chilling, I guess. On the big Jorg. Morning, Andres. The big Jorg, how's it going? Working today? Taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. Hit a big rock with the plow, and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. You off to the Abbey? Every day but Sunday. Right. Thank God for Sundays. Smells like a storm's coming now. No, just smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent your wanderjahre before you came to Tossing? Pick a background that will affect your character's choices going forward. It looks weird in this game. Was it? It's known some Italian and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Basel and the nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. Zurich, as we call it here. Low Countries. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent. Just Brugge, I think, in Russian. Low Countries. Damn son. Not very excusable. Andreas knows Italian, Little Greek, and can reference cultural touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. So what do we have? Gonna be a very let's get someone a little bit of the antique here, a little classic, and some Greek. Italy, Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Italy, no wonder your senses are dull. I've been down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell the storm coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? Don't think I have that long, Big Jorg. What do you spend all that time in Italy doing, anyway? Other than art, I mean. Background that will affect your character choices. Goodness, nice. Seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. Extremely social, quite experienced in all the enjoyable vices of the world. So lives to work and dedicates all of his time to his art. Spends all his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Rapscallion. That's a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes, pranks, minor crimes, and fistfights. Yeah, Dubis, hello. He devotes much of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. Damn, son. I'm getting some fully commissions already there, and self-promotion. Good bookworm, probably. And especially with Greek stuff, why not? And get 5 head after all. Reading mostly, and talking about books, I couldn't get enough of it. Well, this guy's probably not much of an appreciator of books. Venice is filled with incredible printers. Florence continues to illuminate beautiful manuscripts. And the books they produce are treasures, everyone. Didn't realize that books meant that much to you. Seen Father Thomas' Bible and a few other books. I haven't had much use for reading, though. Anyway, I have to get going. Jorg, let's go. That's already acting like I'm taking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andres. Until later. A big Jorg indeed, eh? Alright, Andres. Oh, Andres, good timing. Have a moment to lend me a hand. Sure. Wonderful, I got too many irons on the fire. Or rather, shoes, horseshoes. Miscounted how many I put in, and now I need a hand, else they'll overheat and I won't be able to work the metal. Hey, the shoe in the tongue is, oh, the hard part of the shoe on the anvil, and I'll hit it. Alright, let's see. 3. Okay. Gotta go fast. Good, next one. Here, bro. Interesting with controls, eh? This is probably like more configured with controller. The mouse is kind of already. Well done. Still punches. I don't know what I was thinking doing all of those at once. Sure would be nice to have someone to help me out here every day. You consider the apprentice how you consider the child and then son. Consider an apprentice? I have. None of the boys in the village seem interested. Keep at them. I bet you could get a bird rocker. Klaus would have my head if I tried. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more of your time. See you and Otto up by the Abbey guest house for dinner. Till then. There's Schmidt's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. I see, like the little personal business there. Alright, so we're here. And we go farms, forest, mill. And do we even go to the Abbey? To meadow. To Abbey. Okay, so we need to go through here. That's quite far. It's like forest or... oh, to meadow. Yeah, to meadow we go. All the sheeple. Then the traffic. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? I want. I'm keeping an eye on them. Looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Morning, Andreas. Excuse us. One of the fence rails fell and the sheep started helping it. That's something I can do to help. Ever handled the sheep before? No. Then no, but thank you. I appreciate you to offer. I'm very appreciative of you. There's something going up at the Steinauer's place. What's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding when Johan pulled his pants down. Knocked two of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strain behind the stonemason's anger. Do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. Damn it, Martin, stay out of trouble for once. Oh, they had like the God in Christ later. Not in vain. Found the Betty. Betty? It probably says here in different font. Hear yourself, don't we have enough to deal with right now? Oh, Hedy, yeah. Chris, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get these sheep under control. Of course, see you later. Alright, sure. Let's teach the guy. Not our problem there. Alright, church. Well, I guess that's the way basically here. Oh, the walking seems weird to say. It's like that weird, really. Maybe a bit. Even turns fast and stuff. The sun. What a chump. Close. Wonka is. Morning on this. How is it going? Hey Klaus, another day at the Abbey. Not a few hours to work on my masterpiece. To hear is still coming by for supper tonight. Harry and Bert would love to see you. What's wrong with all this, like? Need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. You know, nice Father Thomas lets you print books in Italian. Maybe it's because of the different language. Kinda doubt it though. Maybe. Oh no, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's just trying to protect people from... adventure stories of questionable moral repute. Doesn't mind those so much, actually. No. As long as they don't get to a cardinal. Oh. So, supper tonight after Vespers. Thank you. Right, I'll tell Marie and Bertie Kilman. See you then. See you later. God bless, Master Moller. I hope your week is going well. I find it going quite well, just on my way up the hill to get to work. Good, good, Andres. I don't recall seeing you at a Sunday morning mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive Holy Communion, don't you? Yeah, well, I've been working, dude. Nobody got time for that. It's about more than your success in this life. There's a... My, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Schmoller, this is Lawrence, Baron of Rotvogel. A great lord from the countryside near Worms. And the Worms, See you, Father Thomas. It's nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. I'll bring you back to your little town. My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. Spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. How's look like his wife? Kinda doubt it. Hey, Theodore, though. There's a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the Emperor's diet. The Emperor? Was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Was the Venice? Something is on the line. Basically, kind of like getting them in the journal. Oh, fascinating. Well, the city's Jews now live in their own quarter in the north. The city's artists are still producing wonderful work. Titian in particular is a god. No offense, father. Of course. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck, and I decided to ride ahead to make a visit to Kirchau. I guess his next son or something. But Father Matthias died shortly after my last visit, of course. Great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed, by good fortune, I recently came across a copy of the Historia Tassi he was reading during my last visit. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate the contents of the first. Contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid they might even cause a bit of a scandal. Huh? Ah, yes. I must be off. There'll be time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father Gurnet, and I have come to check on its progress. Oh, my lord, if you haven't come to see your manuscript, you should speak with young Master Muller here. Still have to marry and be approved by our city council. They have the requirements, man. Quite the requirement. Imagine having that in your resume nowadays. This is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg, and for the next few months he's also helping in the Abbey Scriptorium. A Nuremberger artist working in an Abbey Scriptorium in 1518. Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Of course, my lord, it would be an honor. Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Ah, yes, a fellow connoisseur. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Come to supper at the Abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the Abbot's table. Did the Abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up after Vespers. What is he doing? Do refuses? Excellent. We will see you then. My clothes. Dismount and run ahead of us and take the horses to the Abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Muller. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. So then a journeyman from Nuremberg, Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not yet be a master. You said you're unmarried, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vacation later than my father and brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Erfurt, wonderful. The same university as Martin Luther. You read his works, a tremendous mind. There's things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave, brilliant man. Ah, Lutherans. Wait, you may have even met him, did you? You must tell me. Ah, no, he was a few years ahead of me. These do seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get the chance. Wonder if the The good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they have even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Now then, son, Monke is. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university's studies, huh? Did you attend the university? Seem very well educated. No, my family is merely wealthy enough to have provided me with all the books and tutors a child could dream of. I love all knowledge from Aristotle and Cicero to Ficino and Erasmus, and everyone in between and yet to come. You misjudged the Baron. It seems he's as well read as any university student. In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? In truth, I'm simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? Wait, did you like... Did you change that? No, I didn't. Only a master's degree. I started working toward the doctorate, but didn't finish. Ooh, that's a shame. Well, that was... What was your area of study? Strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, canon law, heresies, and similar subjects. Imperial law. Know the basics of the fractured systems of laws that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Know the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. Alright, what did we get there? So like the book reading. A lot of the bookworm background there. So I feel like it's either this or this, maybe. Good extra, yeah. I mean, maybe. Maybe that will be like some director's edition, if a director's cut, if they sell well and everything. Who knows? Who knows? I think theology in general would be kind of nice to have here, though. Let's go theology, fine. Especially with this guy. Theology, as odd as that might seem. Not odd at all. It's a good field of study if you want a position in the church. Late uncle was the abbot of Fulden. I spent many hours reading the manuscripts in their library with his permission. He was a pious enough man, I suppose, but he wielded great power from that abbey. You, if I had any faith, I would have prayed you to never show your face here again. Curse you, Lorenz Rotwogel. A precious dog's tearing you to pieces would be too kind a fate. Damn, son. But these rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows, by the time I finish guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Damn son, the roast. Well, what of your early time at university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? You have a favorite subject? Strong command of latent grammar and vocabulary, and all easily recall Sentia Antique, quoted words of wisdom from the Roman Republic and Empire. Instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it. He's adept at spatial analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations on his head. Excel rhetoric at university, a skilled teacher, persuader, and public speaker. Occultist. It's a soul-endangering amount of theoretical and practical knowledge on alchemy, astrology, theurgy, necromancy, and various magical rites and ceremonies. Then, son. Heavens and earth. Andres knows a great deal about the constellations, heavenly bodies, and their movement. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. Go fire ahead. The occult is something though too. Have the fire ahead there. And we have the speech and the science. I guess a bunch of different types of science. So like theology with occultism sounds like an interesting combination. Logician with theology too, but I mean, you know, it's 16th century, so I guess logician and theology kind of works together. Mist kind of with the book reading and everything, that kind of does work. Let's go with this. That seems big. We also get some occultism. Use my access to the university's library to pursue more esoteric interests. Ooh, esoteric how? Mystical texts, books on alchemy, invoking spirits, divination, purely academic, of course. Of course. Started with the Sino's Corpus Hermeticum, and my interest only deepened from there. Quite interesting, Andres. I'll make some time to speak with you more on this topic during my stay. Look forward to it, my lord. And you are the studies. Was there anything else you excelled at? Oh, now we can just go 5 head. It's gonna be the 5 head occultist there. Let's go. A raider could be nice too. Logic, geometry, and arithmetic. Quite interesting for an artist. Was Aristotle's organon the foundation of your study? Yes, the organon for logic and Euclid's elements for geometry. But the past few centuries have yielded wonderful new texts on logic. Peter Abelard provided a foundation of scholastic philosophy and established the primacy of Aristotle's work. The Englishman William of Ockham gave us one and only. It was the Summa Logicae, arguing nominalism against Platonic realism. And of course Thomas Aquinas gave us the tools to employ both faith and reason in the pursuit of truth. All monks and friars, of course. A great deal of work to force Aristotle to fit within the Church's vision of truth. Is that so wrong? I question that these great men should have had to wrestle logic into what the Church established by a fiat and force. Ah, there's the Abbey. I had good memories of this place and Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know of Kirchhoff at all? My family have been patrons of Kirchhoff for I don't know how many generations. Some years ago I heard that Kirchhoff still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript productions, so I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Good places to create art. Certainly, though I'm sure you miss the comforts of Nuremberg when you are stuck in a drafty old abbey like this. Back there soon enough, no rush. As good for me since I still appreciate the abbey's work. Commissioned a manuscript through a Father Gurnet a year ago. I thought I would stop by and check on the progress. Is that the one he's working on? Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do know the artist well, the venerable Brother Piero. How venerable? He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero has an incredible talent with color. Then I very much look forward to seeing it. Very colorful. Klaus, attend to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. These horses look kind of weird. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Nuns, quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then Kirchhoff is a place out of time in more ways than one. Why were they closed? Monks and nuns living side by side cannot behave themselves. I don't blame them though, the church shouldn't either, it's just human nature after all. Ah, it must be Father Gurnet. I'm Lawrence Baron of... Yes, the Baron of Rothvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Ah, if you say so, I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days, Yes, I know, but I rode ahead, and I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Yes, I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May grab something from the kitchen. A group of dots. Yes, yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andres, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I need you in the scriptorium now. Where's Father? Eager to get to work. Should I ask him about an advance in the Gertner's taxes? I could just convince Brother Matthew to pay me early. Oh yeah, the taxes stuff. Find a way to get paid. See. Oh yeah, that was the thing. I see, I see. The Shrine Church. Luister. Probably lower in the scriptorium. And I guess we can see what we have there. Elizabeth, Margaret, Gertrude. Let's not delay too much though. So we go in the lower one. No, I guess I'll go through here. Through the church, shrine. Yeah, I guess through the church then. Let's see. Let's see what is this one. Look at volume. I'll go through there, I wonder. Rudiger. God bless you, Andres. Was he recovered from Easter, Master Rudiger? Oh yes, it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. The Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. A good day in the scriptorium. Have a good day singing. Tower. Dormitory. Matthew. Bless you, Andres. How's the sacristy today, Matthew? Sacristy, alright. Same as yesterday. Does my vocation seem silly to you, Master Mailer? Absolutely not. I did not complete my theological studies. I understand the importance of the sacrist. The understanding is appreciated. The chairs of the Abbey remain secure. Thank you for your inquiry. Oh, so he's kind of like sort of guard in a way. The be with you. Favor to ask you. That's Andres. Can pay for the latest manuscript early. In part of the agreement you made with Father Gurnet, I'll be paid on the completion of each additional manuscript you illuminate, not before. Finish them in the next few days anyway. Then I think you can wait a few days to collect your wages. Okay, so it's kind of like the corporate duty here. Sabi runs through mutual agreements and not haphazard payments. Breaking such contracts would cause undue trouble not only for Kirschau but for Tassing as well. And that way Father Abbot has increased the taxes in gardeners. What is this about, Andreas? Ask me for the rent early, said they can pay taxes into the Abbey. And I see, very well. Not ask this of me again, Andreas Mulder. Aha, so we're gonna get this. You are. I shall note this with Father Gurnet and Prior Ference. Thank you, Brother Matthew. God bless you, Andres. Got him. Now that I've got my payment, I can give Clara the rent early. Nice. I'll get to her directly. No fucking table, bro. No, no, no. Yeah, to the dormitory, was it? Yeah, we can, I guess. Then there will be alright. Yeah, good. That will do. A church scriptorium. There we go. The one working. Pierrot. Yes, God bless you. So good to see you. Morning, brother Pierrot. Good to see you as well. Don't like this weather, my bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Not the one with the storm. Your gardener says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Other dog has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. Not forget, brother guy, the fate of the youth who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. Mauled by bears, weren't they? She bears. Comparing yourself to a prophet, brother Edok. Edok is the Edok, probably, right? Yeah, Edok, alright. Comparing you to impudent youth from the Lord and his ineffable wisdom may choose to strike down. I was joking, bro. Just joking, dude. I'm old, Andres. Every slight against me stings with the fire of thousands of wasps. But I'll pray to God for the strength to endure this wickedness. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Ferenc is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lawrence Rothwogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothwogel is pathetic. The feigned kindness to Father Abbot and our prior only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no, Baron Rothwogel, his manuscript. Just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. How silly of me, and of course that's why he's visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. The Baron is just one client. Andres, Baron Rothwogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Phrasing. Kirschau is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. No, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. The masterpiece. Oh, that's right. I need to reference the Indermauer manuscript. What do you want, Andres? The book, the Indermauer manuscript, the book of Hoors, the book of hours. Hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? What do you mean? Did you sleep alone or... Do you want to know? It would be nice to have something to think about during a divine reading. Consider the Lord. Really are a cloud of a sunny day, Andreas. Yeah, just get the book. That's all that way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? I need to reference it for my work. Really? Feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Luminata to get it. Still Luminata. Just need a book and he's being inappropriate with me. Ponke's face. Yes. Tomorrow in the Maor manuscript, the Book of Hours. Yes, I overheard. Here, please return it promptly. Alright. Yes, may I see how your masterpieces come in? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Yeah, the composition is lovely. There's a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. Is that all? It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. Guess. What do you mean? My son, you're copying the illustration from the Indelmar manuscript almost exactly. What's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Aesthetically, yes, it's wonderful, but I feel you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. And the Book of Hours, yeah. November we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. Just the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forests. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gurnet. Damn son. Rip acorns, huh? What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted, huh? It's not the way November is, huh? Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form, these images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, these books of ours will outlive us all. What will it say to those who see it in the future generations, centuries beyond our comprehensions? Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? They need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. There's no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. No way I kept this up for so long. Some people, some places have a difficult time letting go of the past. I am not among them. The creation of books of art is no longer the province of monasteries, so be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing be brought to truth. Danger in anyone being able to write, anyone being able to read anything. There'll always be place for artists like you and Brother Edok. Brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andres, but you need not be concerned for me. I've lived a long life, I'm happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. Where has the time gone? Is already terse. Much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Till later, Andreas. Till later. Old monks. And he's not. Ja, Bunker ist. Get out of here. What was that noise? Seriously, gentlemen, knocked a ball of paint to the floor. Then Prior Ferns came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed, and left. Such hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. Slamming books shut. Prior Ferns should know these manuscripts are quite delicate. All books should be treated with utmost care. They contain precious wisdom that can aid even the unenlightened in growing closer to God. They should be protected and cared for. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Still better than me. No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid to want to see the work of one of the greatest Irish scribes, who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries at cold, full domains. No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work where the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Is all this fuss about Lawrence Rothvogel? Why is Prior Ferens so nervous? Lawrence, I know you are familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the prior and the father but have. You only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the abbey when we needed it. What did he buy? Can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. Now about this address, if you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Sure. Alright, thank you. It's for the good of the abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. Tell you what books I'm looking for, find them and return them to me. Those books are 2 volumes of the Iliad. British covers are 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Innsbruck 3 inches and Nuremberg inches. Piero's favorites, he keeps them by my desk. They're not his to keep. There they are, I guess. Fair about aware on these, I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Piero started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover Dido. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? You'll have our vacations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. I take your chosen vacation seriously. Just I didn't have a choice in my vacation. Few women do. Surely it's not that dire. I mean, women can take pride in their vacations. The City of Ladies, Christian de Pizan, defended women of all classes by showing their value to society. Admirable effort, but even if we do exactly as we are told, we are portrayed as vehicles of sin. Temptresses and seducers by virtue of our sex, even when men are the aggressors. Even in the abbey, we must travel in pairs, lest we tempt the brothers or others. I actually noticed that before. Didn't really pay attention to that. And here in these pages, Virgil casts Dido as Aeneas' seducer, though it was the gods that thrust her into his arms. Dido, ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men, can never be the protagonists of our own stories. Woman is exempt from that, from the empress to a nun. It is our lot. Suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry for men. The books, if you please. Sure. Thank you. Next, a Wretched Agurian. Is a printed copy, a green cover, a diamond pattern. I have the size in the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. No, the one you're talking about. Brother Yedek was reading it. If we're gonna be, they're all gonna be molding and taking their books back. Alright, let's see what else we have. We got next equilibrium isn't even changing. Oh yeah, it's our kind of like okay. All the things that we did there. We got here, right? Alright, they're like groups here, making pages. Gurnet of Munich. Of Kirchau Abbey, Father Gurnet replaced the former highly beloved abbot Father Matthias. He is known in the abbey as a disciplinarian and in the town as a harsh landlord, and he's struggling to fund the abbey as the scriptorium no longer generates much money. A Burgundian scribe, Brother Guy, is respected for his swift hand but generally disliked for his mean spirit and two-faced sycophantic behavior. Father Gurnet entrusts Guy with writing the abbey's most important documents. Rudolf Hof? Noblest of Kirchau Abbey, she is known for a friendly personality and her cat, Moosfonger. What a name there. Big Heady Bauerin. Joan Bauer, mother of Veronica and Hans. Townsfolk like Heady, but she's known for being loud and brash and for drinking too much, which makes her louder and even more brash. Il Peter Gertner. Elderly father of Peter Gerdner. Peter is perpetually on death's door but continues to work the field in spite of it. He's the oldest man in town. Duminato of Perugia. Prior and future prioress of Kirchau Abbey. Illuminati is responsible for the contents of Kirchau's library, and she oversees the work of Sister Ejdena, who will one day take her place. Illuminati is known for her great intelligence and expansive education. Johannes Johan Bauer. Franz Bauer, husband of Hedy, father of Veronica and Hans. Johan is friendly with most of the families in town, but is determined to expand his farm. The determination to expand, And the Schmidt, Tossingtown blacksmith. His works near the town center most days. Alright, that's the one. Another Edok of Sandives. The scribe of Kirchau scriptorium, known for his beautiful handwriting and love of anagrams and fish. Bertold Drucker, son of Klaus and Marie Drucker. Big Jorge, Peter Gerdner and his late wife Christine, called Big because he is the biggest man in town. Mother Cecilia of Augsburg, prioress of Kirchau Abbey and they're responsible for all of the abbey's nuns. Call of Kirchau's prioresses. Cecilia was once the abbey's librarian. Now, see. We have another one. Lorenz Rotvogel, Baron of Rotvogel from near Worms, patron of Kirchau Abbey, a lover of books and art. Linhard, a lucky Steinauer. He's just lucky, alright. Stonemason of Tossing, husband of Agnes, father of Brigitte, known for his great strength. Sir Margaret of Kriebel. Assistant herbalist of Kirchau Abbey, works with the Sister Gertrude, mostly blind from a failed cataract surgery. Ooh man, imagine like the surgeries on the eyes back then. Oof. Mary Druckerin, block cutter and typecaster, wife of Klaus, mother of Berthold. Oof. That probably quite the procedures there, dude. Son of Franz and Gerd Bauer, husband of Brigitte, father of Wolf, known for his churlish youth and petty theft. Matthew of Neuchâtel, a Swiss sacristan of Kirchau Abbey, responsible for maintaining the sacristy, the abbey's treasury, and for assisting Father Gurnett during the liturgy of hours. Matilda of Kempten, a cellar for the nuns of Kirchau, I guess. Works often in the Calvin Garden. Niklaus Haberle, Schwabian servant of Lorenz Rotvogel. Let's see. Attilia, a widow Kemperin, that was the old lady there. Former widow of running Hemperin, Sir home after the death of her husband. Otto Zimmermann, town carpenter and son of old Nota, this we already had, alright. These we already had, even more. Son, all the people there. Brother Rudiger of Tulz, counter for the monks of Kirchau Abbey, known for his fine singing voice. Sister Elizabeth, Dutch oblate assistant of Mother Celia. Father Thomas Esprecher, town priest for Tassing, tends to his flock at Our Lady of the Labyrinth. Veronica Bauerin, a daughter of Johan and Hedy Bauer, sister of Hans, close friends with the Brigitte Bauerin. I mean, they're like sisters and stuff, I guess. There's Den of Talbora. Bohemian non-assistant to Sister Illuminata in the library. She has a markedly impious attitude towards life at Kirchau. I could see that. Could see that for sure. No, get that one. Wretched Gerin. Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea da Barberino. In the early 15th century, a titular character arises from impoverished regions to go on heroic adventures and discover his noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, enjoying greater success as a printed book. Warren's prosperous imperial free city in the western part of the empire, located in the on the Rhine River. Worms has been the site of many imperial diets. William of Ockham, 13th and 14th century English Franciscan philosopher and theologian, known for his commentaries on the Peter Abelard's 4 books of sentences, his defense of apostolic poverty, and his writings on faith and reason. Is that the Ockham? The one and only? The Razor? Or was that the different one? No, that one was, I think, Ockham with 2K, was it? Not this way? Am I wrong, yeah? Wandering years, during which a journeyman artist or craftsman travels far and wide to improve their skills. Interesting. Venice, one of the most powerful republics in the Italian peninsula, sitting on the northwest coast of the Adriatic Sea. Venice is a major center for commerce and art in southern Europe. Till Eulenspiegel. Then a character of a popular 15th century book. Thiel is a prankster, continually exposing the vices and the hypocrisy of others. He's quite skilled at tricking people into smelling, touching, or eating his excrement. Damn son. Like 16th century Rick and Morty, high on life. Trivium and Quadrivium. Trivium and Quadrivium represent the lower and upper divisions of a classic liberal arts university education. Latin grammar, logic, and rhetoric form the trivium. Arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy form the quadrivium. Let's see, lower and upper divisions. Thomas Aquinas, an immensely influential philosopher and theologian and a jurist in the tradition of scholasticism. The Rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot. Written in the 6th century, the rule provides the principles for living a monastic life. Son, the guide to monk life, alright. Thursday, monastic hour corresponding to 9 AM, one of the little hours of prayer. Thursday precedes Mass and the chapter meeting. Primary room for writing, illustrating, and illuminating manuscripts. Though typically associated with monasteries, they have disappeared from almost all abbeys by the 16th century. Yeah, printing to Cobra, man, just like the AI. Saint Moritz is the patron saint of Tassing. Legend states that he was the Egyptian-born commander of a Roman legion who converted to Christianity. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is a relic in Kirchau's shrine. Saint Luke, Christian evangelist and patron. Yeah, that's one I already had. 95 Theses, a list of propositions against the church's practice of selling indulgences for the remission of sin. It was written in 1517 by Martin Luther. Against the indulgences, alright. Well, no shit, they didn't like him then. Perchta, a pagan goddess of the Alps, associated with animals and spinning wool. She is still invoked by some Christians in Austria, Switzerland, Bavaria, and Swabia. Pierre Abelard, a 12th century French teacher, philosopher, and theologian, known for his philosophical work in logic and his theological work in atonement theory. Is also remembered for his love affair with his student, the renowned Benedictine nun, abbess and scholar Heloise de Argenteuil. Not sure exactly. Prince Bishop of Freising. Religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the lands containing Tassing and Kirchau Abbey. And encountered the late husband of Attilia. And who else? Hey bro, I'm Dialo. How we doing, man? Martin Luther, a priest and professor of theology at the University of Wittenberg, controversial for his opinions on the church's sale of indulgences to forgive sin, which were recently published and distributed throughout the empire. Milan, one of the largest cities in Europe. Milan was once a major city-state in the Italian peninsula before becoming part of the Spanish Habsburg Empire. It is an economic and cultural power due to its position along central trade routes. Mainz, located at the Rhine River. Mainz is the home of the Archbishop of Mainz and the Elector of the Holy Roman Empire and Primus Germania, the Pope's substitute north of the Alps. I see. Innsbruck, capital of the Austrian country of Tyrol, and a major stop on the imperial road connecting Italy and Bavaria, is the closest major city to Kirchau Abbey and Tassing, and notably it was also the site of witch trials in 1485. Fine, I guess. Why, I guess. Doing good, man. Doing good. Doing already. I'm getting some 5-head historical stuff going on. Feels good. Feels good. I still no answer. Man, when will he actually even know? Imagine planning, dude. Imagine planning. In der Mauer, prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy in Austria. Fulden, town built around an old Benedictine abbey near the center of the empire. Fulda's abbots are imperial princes and wield great power. Historia Tassia, an account of the early history of Tassing. Kirchau's previous abbot, Father Matthias, had a copy. Baron Rothwagel brought another to the abbey as a gift. Florence, home of the powerful Medici family who ruled the city for centuries. Florence is known for its artistic patronage, hosting artists and thinkers including Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Botticelli, and Machiavelli. Ficino. Silvio Ficino was a 15th century Italian priest and humanist who was one of the leading figures of the Italian Renaissance. Well known for his translations of the works of Plato into Latin. Matthias, abbot of Kirchau before Father Gernot, widely respected by the monks and nuns as well as the people of Tassing, known for his kindness and his love of books. Euclid, a mathematician of ancient Alexandria, is recognized as the father of geometry and is most well known for his Book of Elements, the foundation of all university education in geometry. Erfurt is one of the most populous cities in the empire and is located near its heart, and has been home to respected universities since 1379 and is a center for humanist thought. Erasmus of Rotterdam, a Dutch priest and philosopher who is preeminent among northern humanists. He is known for his works in Latin and Greek, as well as his calls for reform within the church. The more reform all over the place. Nika Clara, Clear Chronicle, a history of the universe from creation to 1082, written by the Irish monk Marianus Scotus. A diet. An imperial diet is an assembly of the three colleges of the imperial estates of the Holy Roman Empire, the prince electors, the princes and dukes, and representatives of the imperial cities. They meet to deliberate on matters of importance to the empire. Divine reading. Lectio Divina is the thoughtful reading of and the meditation on scripture. Practice leads to prayer on contemplation as a daily part of life in Benedictine communities. That sounds kind of like a nice part of the schedule. Just read. Lul. Corpus Hermeticum, a compilation of 17 religious and philosophical treatises composing the Soteriology of Hermes Trismegistus, or Thrice Great Hermes. Centuries old, the texts reflect Egyptian, Greek, and Jewish traditions and ideas, and were translated into Latin in the late 15th century by Marsilio Ficino and Ludovico Lazzarelli. Cool. Large, powerful, free imperial city on the river Rhine. Is a major hub for commerce between Italy and Netherlands. Also popular site for pilgrims, as its cathedral contains relics of the three wise men represented as crowns on their arms. Cicero, salesman, scholar, lawyer, and renowned orator, statesman. The renowned lawyer of the late Roman Republic. He's revered both for his contributions to Latin literature and his skill at rhetoric. Well, it's kind of like more like the encyclopedia here. It's not exactly super necessary, but it's interesting though. Book of Hours, a type of illuminated manuscript that contains an abbreviated form of the prayers for the divine office, in addition to other religious texts. Most are relatively plain, but wealthy patrons often commission lavish examples with elaborate illustrations. Athenic, I say. Good luck, man. Enjoy. Yeah, the illuminated manuscripts is when they basically kind of like color all the illustrations for them with some fancy cool stuff. Some gold and everything too. Benedictine. Founded in the 6th century, the Benedictines are a Christian monastic order that observes vows of obedience, poverty, chastity, and stability under the rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia. Aristotle, Greek philosopher and student of Plato, renowned as a polymath, he wrote on a wide variety of subjects. His work is extensively cited by current scholars, and even more work is attributed to him than he could have ever written. Sounds about right. Aeneid, poetic epic telling of legends of Aeneas, a heroic Trojan who struggles to reconcile his personal desires with his destiny to found Rome. It was written by the 1st century BC by the Roman poet Virgil. I'll see. Alright, I got him then. Seems like it. I'll see. Alright, need a book. How was a green book? And that's the one. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amadeo de Rusca of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. They're both. Suddenly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. Baby sold to pirates, raised a servant, and then lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in the tournaments. We got the best part. In the end, Garin learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love, eh? Benedictines should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord and not lusty adventures. Redemption will still be waiting for them when they put down the book. Yes, always, but they still must choose redemption. Do we go on sinning so a grace will increase? Of course not. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes, yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither a male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. And yet Paul says women must obey men. Even the Gospels can free us from the bondage of our place in life. This world is not the same as the world that follows, Andres. Perhaps if you had continued to study theology, you would have learned that distinction. But the book, Andres, I must return it, or would you like the abbot to receive a fourth letter? Need to loan a book and never get it back, a bit like losing a limb, eh? Well, perhaps a small limb, or my little finger. Regardless of the size and importance of the body part in question, I understand and appreciate it. Not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Abadia Roscoe's property. The book, please. Sure. There you go. There's only one book left, and then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. Oh, what is it? Description should be sufficient. Alright, sure. My brother guy was reading it. Bondage. Now that I think about it, guy has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. Very good, please bring it here. A mood and everything, I see. What is this anyway? Maybe I should have learned French at some point. That's when you get like a different language background. What is this? You're asking so many questions, just give it to me. Yeah, I think it's better with the book lolling part of it. Curiosity can be a dangerous thing, Andres, especially in a place like this. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Forbidden literature. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? His monk is all the time. No, Andres, it isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishop condemn it? A few hundred years ago. What? Why? Why is it still here? Because Father Matthias loved books, all books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. That sounds like a nice guy. Books should be destroyed even if their content is in question. True. Based. The Holy Church does not share your opinion. It is their law we must contend with, not your emotions. Fume silently. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea while being here. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gernot learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. Did Father Gernot even know the book was here? Mother Cecilia made a note of it in the inventory when she was the librarian. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows it is here. I do, so do Mother Cecilia and Father Gernot. If I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? I'm going to do with it. Read it and become a French everything. Nice. And hide it, keep it safe. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. Tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel? Post compromise. Appeal to your duty as librarian. This habit not destroy the book. Sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. She wasn't like really super crazy happy about being a librarian though. Even though it kinda did somewhat worked. I think theological might be better though. Let's try with this one. It's in our background after all. Even though like theology kinda too. Let's try this one. More sound than condemnation from 3 bishops in Paris. Do you consider Albertus Magnus and Thomas Aquinas greater or lesser minds than the bishops in Paris? Oh yeah, theology background. Okay, I see. Yeah, big hello. Doing good, man. How are you? Offer to help Illuminata. Redemption awaits people after reading bad books. Invoke Paul in negative manner. Theology background. Alright, we got them. What is your argument, the Dr. Muller? Both Albertus Magnus and Aquinas recognize the role of the intellect in allowing humans to exercise free will. Aquinas believed that it is ignorance, not knowledge, that leads to sins of the intellect. Even knowledge of heresy that corrupts the teachings of the Holy Church. Why not? What's the worst that could happen other than losing God's grace? Ah, right. No, thank you. Ah, come on. Leave university voluntarily or were you expelled, eh? Well, I mean, we got one, though. About this one. I did this to God and to the vows I made, to the rule, eh? Oh man, this one was really good, though. But you do love books as well, I know you do. Yes, I love God, that books contain knowledge that can help bring us closer to His truth. I do not love books as things, but I love that books can convey a God's truth. It is not my place to judge your love of books, but it is not a love we share. Oh, it burns bright enough for both of us. I mean it, sister, you cannot destroy this book. Yes, you sound deranged. It's only a book. Then just let me keep the book, please. Damn son, he mad. Now you sound even more deranged, I'm sorry. Oh, come on, dude. Propose a compromise. I'll be gone by the time Father Gurnet asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about me stealing a book he wanted destroyed. Don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. I swear I'll take it far away, and it's been out here for years. And besides, how could you have stopped me? Trusting you in this, Andreas, against my better judgment, don't make me regret this. Aha, book saved. Give a bit to think. I see, I see. I mean, that's interesting, though. Now then, Baron Rothvogel, quickly though, I need to finish up here soon. A book, he buys the books. How long he been visiting the Abbey and usually friendly with me? I don't understand it. Finding a copy of Historietas, yeah. Scandalous details in it, yeah. Mentioned that Father Matthias had a copy and was looking for another to verify its contents. Do you know anything about the book? Inspired by Andrei Rublev's story, actually? Well, I mean, now that you mentioned, yeah, I guess. Could be, kinda, in a way, could be, I guess. And like the artist who was working on the... like the religious stuff. I don't know in detail, though, that part of the history. I know, like, the general idea, right? The general idea about Rublev, but not super in-depth. Anything about the book, I heard of it, but I have never read it, and I know little about its contents. The subject is broad, but I believe the book deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land. The movie's pretty good, I see. Interesting. Well, that could have upset Father Matthias so much. Can't claim any deep insights into the former abbot's mind. I understood him to be a virtuous and charitable man, sometimes to a fault. Not always best when an abbot considers himself a friend to his brothers instead of their shepherd. Let Father Matthias take crisis a virtue. A virtue is only found in crisis. Without it, virtues are little more than ideals. So, perhaps there is merit in that idea. A group of dots. Well, I must be off to mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Hey, how will you get to the church if you can't enter the scriptorium? Thought this was the only door to the library. Yeah, standing in the oldest part of the abbey, and like any old place, it has its share of secrets. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. That's the bell for 6. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. Should see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. He's working by the guest house below the abbey. Otto and Endris, alright. Let's see, below the abbey. So it's like the lower abbey part, I guess. Yeah, this one. Yeah, probably. It could be connected, kinda. I feel like going through here might be better. Let's say. Yep, trees have only started to bloom. It will be a month before they bear fruit. Let's see. So this cloister. The animal pens, but we need to take kind of to the left from there. Then there's some dang stuff there. Monument to the founder of the abbey. It's fairly recent. The funds were donated by her descendants. I mean, I don't judge, but it seems quite dank for the abbey. I guess. Pretty gothic, I would say. Oh man, can we actually though? It's only through the abbot's house. Yeah, that doesn't sound that good then, maybe. Through the cloister. All the way to the left. Alright, let's see. What's this guy doing here? No way, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? Not really. Mind your own business. That doesn't concern me. Whatever. Don't want to talk to you anymore. Martin is kinda sus. Is Otto? Do you much mother? Andres, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. And Andres, Otto, Clara did give me a message. Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. The abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he? Even be Otto, I'm hungry. Let's pray. Alright, bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. To Christ our Lord, Amen. 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 Good morning, Tritio. Not too bad, thanks. We're by damn hand splitting timber to replace bad beam in the abbot's house. Not that bad of an injury, it just galls me that the abbot bleeds us dry and we're expected to do work here when it suits him. Select food item to eat. Hybrid there. Milk cheese, I already started with that one there. Alright, get the cheese. Not all that bad. Get a lot of good work from the abbey. Casting pilgrims badges isn't really smithing, but I don't mind. Dum dum. The crumbs are live there. Anyway, I saw you walking with that Baron Rotwogel in the meadows on your way up here. What's that all about? Check on commission, he was friendly with Father Matthias. He was, though Father Matthias had some misgivings about the Baron. What kind of misgivings? That he fools around with young women. He's married, of course. Oh, that's only gossip, and it isn't Christian to spread rumors like that. It's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back, old Ranig, and may he rest in peace. Oh, and that was his wife then there. Yeah, the rye bread. The rye bread is nice, yeah. I like it, I like it. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know, but if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. Long conversation, didn't mention anything about that. What do you talk about then? I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Yeah, no, let's not mention Martin Luther too much here. Probably don't want to get executed. Talked about my work, Of course, that's what he's interested in when he is at the abbey. If he's in tossing, he's chasing girls or harassing peasants. And because he's friendly with the abbot, no bad would ever come to him. It's galling. His bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls, Otto. It's not envy, Andres. No one should get away with what he does, what this abbey does. No offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. Chair's supposed to be our shepherd. When they act as our lords, it's hard to see how they are helping us. That's quite true. That's quite true. Oh, Oda, did you see that the bar's sheep escaped the grazing fields again? No, but I'm not surprised. And Martin was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job at it. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in tossing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. On top of that, he's a damn thief. And before you say it, Andres, that's more than just gossip. Look at him, over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. Seemed less than helpful when I saw him this morning. I doubt he will ever amount to much of anything. Too much of anything. Speaking of the Bower sheep, there... who? I was sorry. Oh, okay. Shorn and the women will be spinning it soon, Otto. Some wool. God, Andres, no need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. It's like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right, I'll catch up in a moment, Andres. Andres, say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. Of course. Turn to work in the scriptorium until later. Boom. Back to work. Been under the rain. Then the dedication on that guy. And it does actually storm. What up? God bless you, Andres. Oh, brother Matteo, what are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kirchhoff's sacrist, I'll tend to the shrine of St. Moritz. He's the patron at Tossing and Kirchhoff both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. It's only a hand. The shrine is always beautifully kept, eh? The martyrdom of St. Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You're familiar with the life of St. Moritz, are you not? The Roman legion that got baptized? Not about all the minor saints in the university. All of the minor saints. I kind of like feel it might be a little bit not very nice, not excusable to mention to the patron of our monastery here. I'll go with this one. I'm surprised I have neglected the Tossing's patron then. He was born in Egypt. Yeah, you ought to learn something about him while you're here. I mean, I just did kind of read it, sorta. By all means. He is most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected the town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn, he and his legion were decimated. He was a Roman soldier. Yes, he was a Roman citizen and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tossing venerates St. Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. St. Moritz came here. Indeed, he and his legion were showed into this pass, and the townsfolk refused to aid them. Snowed still, alright. Daughter of the town's leader, Sachia, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Morris to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, then the snow melted. Oh, okay, alright. Revealing all manners of fruits. Morris and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. Morris is ended up in Tossing, though. The Roman soldiers dismembered St. Moritz for fear he would resurrect like Christ. The Christians of the town fled with his body so that it would not be further desecrated, and his hand was preserved here. Them son Romans learned, man. They decided to go for the ultimate kill. And no resurrection this time, did? Huh? An astounding story, very exquisite. You're welcome, Mother. God bless you. Until later, brother. Brother. Carl. Hello, Andres. Yeah, there must, yeah. Oh, Carl seemed busier than usual today. Behind my work, went up to the shrine of St. Moritz this morning to pray for his aid. The candle I lit had all but burned away, and I was there so long, and now I need to catch up. Go to the shrine very often. I usually go every autumn for a good harvest, and now that Elena's pregnant, I've tried to go pray every week. Her mother had a trouble in the childbirth, so I've been paying visits to Morris Hand and Seisha's shrine to pray for their aid. Be better off preparing for the child than praying to the saints. It's gonna be useless then. I can't explain it. Thank you, Andreas. So do I. Can't explain it. I can just run through here, I guess. Vulkburt. The Andres. Actually go through here completely. Sip hot. I'll give you health, Master Mother. Sip hot. I'm surprised to see you still here. As am I, but I will be leaving soon, returning to Rome. And my bishop regretted we could not reciprocate Father Rodolph's generosity earlier. He showed much kindness to our priests at the Council of Constance many years ago. You remain in Rome. That is up to my bishop, but I will miss these mountains in any case. Should travel to Ethiopia, Master Mother, and see the highlands. God has blessed my home with a wondrous beauty. Love to someday. Still need to return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you're ever in Rome, I may still be around. We made it as far south as Florence, but I'd like to see Rome. Anyway, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. The townsfolk? I'm accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like these, but I have had kind words with the baker and his wife. Oh yes, the Albans, Ulrich and Gret. Hope to tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Gret seemed excited about the idea, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. I mean, sure. Thank you, Andreas. Look forward to it. God give you health. Nice. Dormitories. Well, I mean, can we go through dormitory, I think, right? No, technically. The Bailey. Indeed. ETB channel, how are you doing? How's life? Now overseeing the work, overlooking. Alright, Doc, this work, I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed, Father Prior, I'm working to the best of my abilities and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talent, praise be to God. Brother Guy, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you are so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Prior, I will work harder. Chris? Oh no, okay, he's not coming to us yet. Puron, I can't believe this. Baron Rothvogel has come to check on his progress in this. This is all you have? Should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed, Well, you're not the one who will have the answer for it, so why should you care? Typical. That's a nice guy there. Excuse me, I believe your point is made. Yes, I will remind you that I am the master of the scriptorium and you are a guest here. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Pierrot's work is unacceptably slow. You're insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh God, give me the patience to endure this. Please, everyone, this is my work and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ference is right. That's CTB shot, I see. Doing good, doing good. Better than yesterday? That's nice, that's nice. Hope you feel better soon. Hope you feel better soon. There they come. Preference. Is this mine? It must be, yes. It is, my lord. I can No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way and I have to be honest, I expected more. Nowhere near finished, and the style is, well, it's very old-fashioned. I thought I made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity toward Kirschau is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story? No, of course not, my lord, never. We can fix this, of course. Of course, we only want to accommodate you. Ah, Andres, good to see you again. My lord, then. Well, Gurnet, why not have Andres complete the rest of the illustrations? He is clearly capable. Well, my lord, why not have a brother guy complete it if as speed as your con... No, I'm not talking about the script, that's fine, but the art, the illustration. I want Andres to do the others. Of course, I mean, if Andres is alright with it. And it takes the pressure off the brother Piero, I'll be delighted. There we have it. I hope this alloys your concerns, my lord. Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at your table for supper? Naturally, my lord. Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us. Oh man, we kinda already did that one. The Drucker family in town. No. Nonsense, you can eat with them any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, father? Well, that would be quite unusual. Unusual or not, I doubt that my good friend, the Prince Bishop, would deny additional guests at his table. What do you think? I understand. Yes, you're right, of course. Andreas may join us for supper. Look forward to it. Ditching the plebs. You had this planned. Must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. You're mad at me, I'm trying to help. Right, Andreas is not to blame for any of this, I am. Nice, bicho, nice. Yes, you are. You barons me, the abbot and the abbey. Preference is right, of course. No wonder we don't get more commissions. Guy, can you stop flattering the prior for 1 minute? That's kind of pointless with these guys, I feel. Brothers. If you please, Sister Jen, Ajdena, and I would prefer if you could keep the noise down. Sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here. Of course. Back to work, everyone. Well, that was not wonderful, but there's nothing to be done about it now. Finish my work here and wash up in the lavatorium for supper at the abbot's table. Ditching the plebs, man, feels bad. Alright, we go... Alright, let's go that way, sure. The dormitory. Juju also rolls some decent furry games there. They sure did, then. Wasn't it here? Yeah, up here. A lavatorium. Yes, I'm so glad you'll be joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual, to be sure. Won't be able to speak with you, none of the brothers will, but it will be good to have you with us. That's a shame, I always enjoy our talks. No, the same doesn't apply to you at the Abbot stable. You can talk all you like. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. Not far above my station. Right, I treated you. It's not fair, it's humiliating. No, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. We all need a taste for humility from time to time to keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. Cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your work. Then when you leave all of us at the Kirchhof be behind, you can all... Oh, this is our friend Lorenz. Call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel, to help you in your career. Not known to your style. Yeah, not old just because nobleman says so. Trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all, things change, the future will write over the present. But you need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I'll see you inside. I'll wash my hands. And that is down here, right? That should be this one. Oh yes, glad you could join us. Thank you, my lord. The Gurnet Father Thomas, Prior Ference. So Peter answered, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. Oh, the Gospel of Matthew, wonderful. Jesus replied, blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven. I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it. You read Matthew much, Andres. Much. Studied extensively while I was in the university. I was pursuing my theology doctorate. Starting to mold there. You the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you lose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Lost? Lose that. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gurnet, have you read anything by Martin Luther? I can't say that I... It's some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think. My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit. The quail? Oh my god, Father Abbot, the quail's fine, but don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? Changing the topic. Everyone's bunker is. He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. Father Thomas, you see value in his ideas, do you not? My lord, I mean no offense, but I do not. Brother Matthew, yes. How appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church sale of indulgences? Well, I mean, they are kind of like benefiting from that, especially the guy, the guy who holds like the whole budget of the monastery. Please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine, fine. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. A great deal of theological about Luther work. Yeah, why not? Oh, debate. Excellent. Why not start with the 95 Theses? Enough. Oh, shit, he's molten. Dress, you should know better. Alright, Vogel, you are our guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. Not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Matthew, or with any other brother. Is that clear? I suppose, Father, it is your hobby, but you are taking too much offense at this, and you are far too afraid to change. Change. But it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church, you had better accept it. What? Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change to the Holy Church on their whim. This talk is beyond insulting, it's blasphemous, outrageous. How dare you? I see. I've overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I have ruined everyone's supper. My apologies, In spite of this unpleasantness, I'll make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of Historia Tassi. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it's time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome, fathers, brothers, Andreas. Good night. Why, Andreas? Why did you engage him? I expect better of you. Now then, I must ask you to leave so I can speak to the brothers in chapter privately. Piero, please accompany Andreas out. I'll take my leave as well. Good night. Don't worry about Father Gernot and the Baron. I'm sure it will be fine by morning. Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. Yeah, there. Seems unlikely. Maybe so, but we must never lose hope. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake. Piero, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? That's for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I'm just a monk, thank God. Good night, my son. Just a monk. Get some sleep. Let's see. Time to run all the way back. This guy disappeared, or? Lamp still burning in the guest house. Lorenz must still be awake. I wonder how he's doing. What was he thinking? He's a baron, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. That doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon and should get back to the Gertners. Like run all the way like this. Seems like a nice route there. All the way. Huh? Yeah, Monka is. You're right, Master Miller. Just seen the physical manifestation of a spirit. Damn son, my occult stuff. The ghost. Must be a better explanation than that. It's esoteric 5-head, man. Alright, that'll be quite something there. Yeah, I'm not here to tell you what you saw. It wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts. Have you ever seen one? Usually around the ruins. Who knows how many restless Romans lie beneath those stones? Oh, I think I found John's lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Mother. I will, thank you. Back home we go. What's this? Plants? This is beautiful. Maybe some like herbalism. A background can do some stuff. Which way will be better then? A forest? Fine, I'll go this way. I'm sure that will be much better. Snowdrops are the only flowers that can bloom this early in spring at this altitude. What are snowdrops? What sneernicky maybe we have here? Shrine to St. Moritz. The statue looks ancient. Columbine. It looks like it's coming in early. Let's towards the church. Oh no! Probably. Pale horse, still on the floor. Maintenance, the pale horse, death. Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Yes. Yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Is this now? Yes, you're with us, and this is now. Apologize, Andreas. I imagine that must have been quite alarming. Having an ecstatic vision. Your knowledge surprises me, Andreas, though the Baron did say you were an educated man. But yes, Sister Amalie is a mystic gifted with visions when God sees fit to give her one. Some are more frightening than others. What's she doing in there? She lives there, yes. I'm a little surprised you haven't noticed her before. If I came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. Oh, she is an anchoress. She is, yes, devoted to God enclosed in the cells next to the church. She is dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. She local to Stausing, or was she a nun at Kirchhoff? Neither. She came here from Benedictine Abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. I'm her confessor and caretaker. That happened. Well, we got the Baron to confront all the Abbey people with Martin Luther's ideas to stop selling indulgences, and they weren't really happy. That's so far the biggest stuff, I guess. Destroying the appetite at the Abbey. Trying to destroy the profits there. Many anchoresses are not literate. Write down her visions to help interpret them. Not all of the monks and nuns at Kirchhoff could read, even poor brother Wolgbert. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Of course, sister. She seems unhappy. She's not unhappy, but she's in pain, both physical and spiritual. Spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best I can. The physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine and the aching in her joints. No cure for that, save a prayer to the Almighty. Emily was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Oh, no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they could have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend, some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the argument at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it has cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now, when the good sister appears to have fallen back to sleep, I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andres. Good night, Father. The pale horseman is coming. There we go all the way there, right? Was it? Yeah. That place should work, I think. That's where all the sheeple was. That's where the blacksmith was, and that's where we go. Alright. There it is. Just sleeps like this. Alright. Everyone's sleeping. The same stuff. That's preference actually giving these bugs though. Not water. Yeah, nothing new there. And we get something on here. Yeah, the argument. There should be like that many new ones, I guess. How you there, Emily? Play a mystic and anchoress who lives in the sealed cell next to the Tossing Town Church. Tossing after her abbey in Lower Bavaria burned down. And at Albanin, with Ulrich and Mother of Anna, Greta assists her husband in the town bakery. Oh, there is someone else, Leon Lucas. Kitchener for the monks of Kirchau Abbey works with brother Wojslav. Brother Sephat of Sadai, a priest from the Ethiopian church in Rome, visiting Kirchau to repay a gift given at the Council of Constance. Ulrich Halban, a town baker, husband to Gret and father to Anna, known for his piety. That looks like a undertaker or something rather than baker. Brother Wolgbert, no Mittenwald. Novice of Kirchau, given all the jobs around the abbey, known for his innocence and naivete. I'll see. The 6th, a monastic hour corresponding to noon now, and the little hours of prayer followed by dinner. Matins, a monastic hour corresponding to 2 AM. It's used for the night prayer. Lugano, they contested the Swiss market town located in southwestern Alps. Dukes of Como and Milan fought for control over it until it was claimed by the Swiss Confederation in 1513. Rome. Outshone by its northern neighbor Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. Outshone feels bad, man. Bavaria, a powerful duchy in the southeastern Holy Roman Empire, the east of Swabia and north of Tyrol. Tassing and Kirchau sit in the extreme south of the duchy, and near the border with Tyrol. Albertus Magnus, renowned 13th century Dominican theologian, philosopher, astrologer, and bishop of Regensburg. Prolific writer, he was known primarily for his work on Aristotle and his knowledge of natural science. Council of Constance, meeting of bishops that took place between 1414 and 1418 in the Diocese of Constance to end the Papal Schism. It was also notable for the condemnation and the capture of the Bohemian theologian Jan Hus. Oh, Gusite. Oh, I remember that. Huh. I remember that stuff. Well, in detail, but I remember some of it. Interesting. Getting that should get some rest. Go to sleep. Time for some burger. Time to get back to work. Full corporate life. Oh, wow. Soul Rider, Sula. Good morning. What happened? Storm rolled in during the night. It hasn't let up all morning. Clara and I have been doing what we can in here to keep us all from washing away. Peter and Jorg are outside trying to deal with the flooding as best they can. The farm in danger? There's always a danger with this much rain, but we'll live through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. We must have faith in Providence and endure what is to come. Got some food for you. And we got the monies too. Here, sorry I couldn't prepare anything more. Otto wanted to say hello, by the way. Oh, he did. Haha. Good, thank you. A good day at the Abbey, Andres. Try to stay dry. Yeah, you too, good luck. Imagine not using the blanket. Well, couldn't we give the monies? Andres. Yeah, some dang flood there. I'm doing alright. No, I'm not. Why ship escaped and I'd rather not spend my morning fixing this damn wall for the 3rd time this year. It is the way it always is, and the rain falls in the Abbey and rolls downhill to us little people. It's hard to blame the Abbey for that, that's just how rain works. There's a reason we are down here and they are up there, Andres. Anyway, I have to get back to this, see you later. Yeah, couldn't we give the money though? The money. No, Andres. Oh, Clara, I have something for you. Oh. It'd be enough to pay my rent and the tax you owe the Abbey. Yes, this is far more than your rent payment. We can't accept this. Yes. Rigi. And sow sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. Andres, thank you, but how did you even get so much coin? Are you sure you'll have enough to spare? A bit early, I wanted to be sure you could pay your taxes in time. God bless you 1,000 times, Andres. Don't know what this means to us. Happy to help. Quick thing to do. Good man, Andreas. Thank you. Move on with your day. God bless you. Till later. Paying that rent. And the taxes. Tough times. What's up, bro? So, Andreas. Good morning, Andres. So, what the Eva? Yes, what about them? The juicy details. Courtship developing. Got some casually. A gossip address. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how things stand. You really? Or did you just assume that part all on your own? Started picking up poor habits during your time in tossing, Andres. Don't be the Gertners. Peter's turn. Maybe the monks talk too much? Well, if you ask me, I think Otto's being a bit too slow about it. Oh. He's old enough already not to be smitten like a boy. Both like each other. Seems to me if you found the right person, you should go for it. That's what I would do. What stopped you? Well, that's personal. Just haven't found the right person. No. Ah. I do hope to find someone to have at my side as we build a family. God has not given me this blessing. Happen in time, any moment, Andres. Copium. One hopes so. Get back to work, Andres. Enough talk. Till later. I get that copium. Oh, we can't pass now here because of the... No, can I? No. Ah, okay. So then it takes a different route here. I'll see. Too much water. Now that's the baker. God be with you, Andreas. Seems like we have a good spring storm, though I hope it lets up soon. Sure will let up soon. God wills it. Uri, I paid Gret for last week's pumpernickel. Sorry to make you wait for it. No trouble at all. Please say hello to Lucky for me. I think it looks like some, like, I don't know, super grim dude or something. He's just a nice baker. Of course, now off to your home and then to the Pfeiffers. In this weather, can the Pfeiffers wait? Lena has about a month to go before her child is due. Her last one was hard. He didn't make it. God rest his soul. I just want to give her the best chance she can have. It's in God's hands. I trust in Providence. Always, Ulrich, but I'll do what I can to help. Why make the Lord do all the work? Must be off now. Good day to you both, Andreas. Stay out of the rain. Then I'll pray for her health. You'll appreciate that, Andres. Thank you. Until later. Till later, Agnes. Yeah, right. Cat. Hello. You can pet the cat. Feels good, man. I sit in the rain though, bro. Not very comfy. That is not comfy at all. But I said it before, but it isn't good that the water drains here so quickly. It's affecting the foundation. It needs to be looked at. I understand, but if you dig here, you may be disturbing the bodies decomposing in the yard. Of course, Father, but they are going to be dug back up again anyway. Yes, but why disturb them unnecessarily? It's your church, Father, but you can't put this off forever if the foundation is going to crack. I understand. Perhaps after some of the bones have been moved to the ossuaries. Thank you, Lucky. Good day, Master Mother. Good day, Father Thomas. Didn't mean to eavesdrop. Oh, worry not. Lucky was just reminding me of the danger a severe rainfall can pose to the foundation. God looks after his flock, but sometimes the pen requires an early hand. He'll be taken care of. God be with you, Andreas. And with you, Father Thomas. Until later. The second, maybe he was waiting for the second wife too there. I mean, the farm we live in apparently dude has to. So he's already on it. Yeah, the same flowers, I think. Yeah, the sheep would do that. Hello there, Master Mother. Hello, Teal. I bumped into any ghosts lately, huh? Not since we last spoke. Good. Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get signs like this in the cities, I expect. Can't say Nuremberg has many Roman ruins, huh? Oh wait, this one actually does work something. Oh, maybe when it's only like this one. Ah. Alright, so this one does work. Let's see. I like the finger there though. Oh. Hey, Silk. Oh yes, Tossing is full of them. Quite the marvels they are. They didn't work when like the line was just not the dots. But the dotted one. Don't pay much mind to the writing on them. I can't relate myself, but you might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. What sort? Well, when Father Matthias was abbot, he would let me borrow books from the abbey's library. I think I read through half of that library before Father Gernot became abbot. I think the font defines stuff too. Like how like the non-stock and everything, like the monastery people, different types, have different fonts. He and Father Thomas are strict about which books should we read now. Should be read now. Is it like maybe like on the language education basis or something? Not sure. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of the Romans in Tossing are my favorite. That old book talked about how the Roman knight Gaius Metellus defeated the Arieti, I think it was. Heavy snowfall had him caught in this very valley, barbarians on all sides. And the maze sent a wolf to the night. That's a different legend. Pretty hard to read. You can switch to different fonts. I just kind of like wanted to go with this. I kind of like it, but yeah, sometimes it could be a little more complicated. But you get to it. Like from context, you kind of like figuring out exactly what means what, and then it's kind of doable. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it to a magical spring with trees like this. For example, R was this is S. Okay, so it was my east then. Trees covered in all sorts of fruit. It's Mars. Completely different compared to what I was. Okay, this one I couldn't. Okay, oh, you need to click right on this one. All right, the Roman God of War. Yeah. And agriculture. All right. Represents civilization and peace through military might. Why did the wolf and the spring and the Gaius Metellus founded at Tossing after defeating the barbarians to honor Mars? I think you can actually need to like click some of those to get some of the like not reading through the journal, but I guess reading through here, so you can get some like options. So is this actually the... So maybe that's the history of Tossing that is different. So it wasn't some like martyr basically of religion, but it was just some Roman dude destroying the barbarians. That's where all this came from. Yeah, the St. Moritz. Without the Roman gods, of course. Can you record of Tossing before St. Moritz arrived there? Yeah, this one. Oh, it even shows multiple ones there. Oh, it just shows like the face of the guy, yeah. St. Moritz and everything. This though? Oh, this way, alright. Yeah, scouts and stuff. You do Excel. Yeah, Tossing. The Egyptian war commander Roman Legion converted Christianity. They were all martyred for their faith. His hand is relic on Kirchhoff Shrine, yeah. I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into the valley, weren't they? And saved near a spring. Maybe that's what in the history of Tossing. Something they wouldn't like. I wonder if it's the same story. Oh, I don't know about all that, Marshmallow Boulder. Yeah, this R still confuses me way too much. A lot of stories get mixed up over the years. Might be all fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. Nice to feel you are connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. Books connect us to the past we could hardly imagine existed. Well said, and been good chatting with you, Master Mother, but I'd better get back to work. Let me know if you find any particularly good books in the library, alright? I will until later, Till. Well, I mean, we can give you some heretical books that we have now. Would you like that? Would you like that? So read on some heresy. Martin. That's the thief guy. I think I should probably like click these more just to get this click through. Yeah, the conversation mad at you. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's even like that easy to get a good one with him. Good shit, Andreas. Nice, alright. Alright, shoot. The scriptorium, Gurnet will give me an earful if I'm late again. I should get that one too. Shall I do this one actually? Now, the figures in the shrine to St. Christopher are quite nice. Now, the 14 holy helpers, St. Christopher is invoked as protection against the plague and to safeguard travelers. He is often pictured as a large man with a staff carrying the child Jesus on his back across a swollen river. What's up? I'll be with you, Andres. Still preparing to leave in this weather. The weather is unfortunate, but the Baron's wife, Lady Salamia, will be arriving today. Let's see. My lord intends to depart as soon as she arrives. Well, they've been married, just casually. 70 years now. She's a fine woman, a true lady. I was hoping to bid farewell to the Baron before he leaves. Sure he would appreciate that. He spoke highly of you before he went to bed. I was glad you were willing to debate him at supper, even though he's sure the abbot will hold it against you. The abbot is too conservative. Well, I wouldn't want for anger. I wouldn't want to anger an abbot, but I'm just opposite. Be fair to say, I found the Baron's favor. Well, yeah, we only tried to turn down the invitation there. He would. My lord bade me give you a token of his friendship in his absence. That is a small thing compared to future commissions, but he hopes that you will wear it with pride. An extraordinary pin. Please thank the Baron for me. Keep it secure until I have clothing worthy of bearing it. Yeah, that looks like it might be too interesting for some people. As you wish, of course. As you master gone then. Went for a walk early in the morning and didn't say when he'd be back. I hope he returns soon. The rain is turning everything to mud. My lord might surprise you, Andreas. He never minds getting mud on his boots. Of course, I'm the one who has to clean them. Quite an unusual man in many ways. I may be so. I only know him as my lord for these last 7 years. That reminds me, do you see a surely looking a young man in a hat on your way up this morning? That can only be Martin Bauer. Might have gotten with a solid or whiny, but yes, that's him. Down past me in the meadow as I was walking up the hill. It wasn't quite a hurry. Ah, that would explain my lord's missing rings. If he stole from you. Not from me, you know, from my lord. Yeah, 1 gold, 1 silver, and handful of golden on the book the Baron was planning to give to the Abbey. Oh, that's the storybook, actually. Gold coins use a currency throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Though different standards exist for the gulden in different regions, it is generally equivalent to the Florentine florin. So the groschen is different stuff then, alright. A book, Historietasie? I believe so, yes. I went to pack the Baron's things and they were missing. The boy is a known thief. Wouldn't surprise me if he's responsible for the missing rings. That would explain it then. Regrettably, he had ample opportunity for his theft. Yesterday I caught the boy with the hat, Martin I suppose, peering in through the windows. Could have admonished him at the time, but, well, he seemed harmless. That's a shame. I hope the Baron won't be too put out. The Lord is a man of some means. He won't miss the gold or the rings. I do think he will be upset about the book, and he was quite excited for the abbot to see it. Yep, that book has probably that part there. In any case, I must finish preparing the horses. It was good talking to you, Andreas. I hope this rain lets up for you soon. God willing, until next time. Until then. Alright, so that was the sauce book that was yoinked. There we're going to the scriptorium. And the flood. Probably, yeah, the scriptorium. Quite the rain indeed. That's a good way to go here. This way. Only 1 load, right? So should be kind of the same. I still go through Old Bailey anyway. That works, I guess. Yeah, it's wonderful. The rest of the abbey is soaked and there's not a drop of rain in here. Good thing the abbot had ought to replace the roof and the scriptorium and library last month. Okay, let's read this one just in case too. That is the auto. The Kelly factory next door, we can stay warm while everyone else is cold and wet. Communal warming room in the monasteries. Kelly factories are usually attached to the cloister, but in Kirchau it is part of the old abbey and therefore connected to the old scriptorium. Keeps the monks warm and the library dry. Convenient. Instead of bragging about our good fortune, you should think upon your brothers and sisters and pray for their health and safety. Aren't you happy that the books are saved, though? Our guy's mirth at the misfortunes of our brethren has quenched the flame of joy in my heart. Huh? We have the grumpy old monk, but where's the nice one? Brother Piero, haven't you seen him yet today? Okay, just gonna be clicking that stuff. I did before Brother Guy arrived. Brother Piero left to speak to the abbot some time ago. Like, read about a lot of them, but I have a feeling it might be nice to activate those. Maybe it'll give like some more connections and links in the dialogue then. Not my mighty ringing the bell. It can be a terse already. Pray it stops soon, as such a cacophony is an assault on my frail ears. It's not stopping. I suppose this means we are being summoned to the chapter house. God give me the strength to endure the rain. It's 50 feet, old man. You'll live. God give me the strength to endure this, man. Still not stopping. What's going on? And this can't all be because of the storm. Should see what's the matter. Yeah, Monka is. that's the warming up thing. Yeah, I see. That's all the monkeys. Oh, scream. I was already passing there. The chopped house. All the way through the cloister then, alright, sure. Yeah, should be. Down the hole, maybe the chapter house. It's gonna come from the chapter house. So turbulence happened, Master Andres. Monka is. Sheet. His father, where is brother Florian? Let him come quickly. Be silent, brother. Brother Florian, if you please. Oh yeah, looks like the Inquisition was there actually. Sorry, father, there's nothing to be done. He's dead. Say the screams. Sister Margaret, calm yourself. It's a good truth. Please take Sister Margaret back to the garden. Yes, Mother Celia. God protect us. The Baron was a friend of the Prince Bishop of Freising. He's so worried about the Prince Bishop. Sabi is odd in more than one way. Its existence offends some in the church. There's some dang card there too. You're far enough from Rome, it means that everyone forgets about us, but this could bring unwanted attention. Florian, how easily do you think you could dispose of this body? Monka is. Father Abbot, what are you saying? Are you questioning me? Why are you wasting precious time? Do you want to see the soldiers of the Prince Bishop march up our steps? Now fling your brothers and sisters out of our home. Dopredile, protect us, Sakra. Silence, quiet. Calm yourselves, all of you. Alright, but Baron Rotwagel's manservant is already preparing to leave. A Baron's wife should be here in a matter of hours. This is not the time for rash decisions. Yes, you're right, forgive me. But then, what will we do? We'll send the Baron's man to the court of the Prince Bishop in Freising at once. Celia, the Baron said that the Prince Bishop's Archdeacon was in Innsbruck for the Imperial Diet. Even better, swift action will silence any whispers of impropriety on our part. Given the Baron's stature, the Archdeacon will undoubtedly come to investigate immediately. Must cooperate with him fully and pray for a speedy resolution. Yes, good. Thank you, Mother Celia. Brother Voislav, please detain Brother Piero in the cellar until the Prince Bishop man arrives. What? Brother Piero? Why? No, just keep it going. It's caught an flagrante delicto, covered in blood with a knife in his hand. In blazing offense. The killing individual has been caught in the act of committing a crime. Father, do you really believe that Brother Piero is capable of such a foul deed? He's physically probably incapable, to be honest. Yes, capable enough when motivated by anger. He went for a walk. He ended up here. Maybe he came here to bring the book to show. Because I think that the thief guy probably wouldn't give a fuck about the book, really. He stole like golden rings and stuff. And no anger against the Baron, Father Abbot. I simply came across him like this. No anger, not even for insulting your work and forcing us to give it to Andreas. It is not a subject for debate. When the Prince Bishop's man arrives, we must not be empty-handed. Yeah, he's not physically capable of the act. Can barely hold a brush, much less plunge a knife into a man's body. Be quiet, this is not your affair. Through debating this with you, my decision stands. Brother Waislav will detain Brother Piero in the cellar until I say otherwise. Florian, please escort Andreas out of the abbey. Just do not show your face here again until tomorrow. Do you understand me? Sure. The fucking knife. Just listen to me. I sympathize with you. I don't think Piero did this either, but this isn't the time to push the abbot. I'm sure the other brothers and sisters believe Piero is innocent as well, but the abbot is worried about the Prince Bishop's attention. I have a recommendation of the year then. Take a few hours to calm your nerves and your mind. You need to think clearly. Go to Drucker's, eat a good meal, and come back at dawn's. And that was Monastic Arcus at 3 PM. Alright. Don't have much time, but I'll tap on my window with a small stone and I'll let you in. Let me in for what? To examine the body. I'll see. Alright, so we're just gonna go and get some food then. Go to Drucker's, hopefully it will clear my head. Clear the head. Alright. Interesting. Man, it sucks like I will need to return to this one after the Boomerathon already though. And I could kind of do it on like the YouTube evening streams, but I feel like it's nice. I could do some more in my main pool. I think I will continue then on the after Boomerathon or something. Because yeah, I like it. I like it. It's nice. It's interesting. And it looks good and plays well. And just in general, I'm quite curious and everything. There you go, the Lombard. Yeah, pretty much. Interesting. Yeah, nice and peculiar. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Quite original. Very interesting. Like artistically quite pleasing, I would say too. With all the general design and stuff. Yeah, nice and very nice. Alright, enjoy. Yeah, about to go. I'm about to go too. So yeah, probably gonna return and like do a main, I guess. We'll see. I'll like post an update and mention probably. But I'm most likely just gonna do it on main later. When Boomerathon is over probably. So like end of January, February basically. Which I mean gonna be some time to get back in, but it was kind of in the beginning anyway. It was just like kind of the start. I just will need to remember all the like the characters. I usually kind of have decent memory of this stuff, so we'll see. At least there is a journal with everything, so that is quite nice. To get all the people and everything, in case I'll need the refresher, the rejuicer on that. So yeah, we'll continue with this one. I just wanted to do like a bit of a first look here and see how it goes, see if I like it, and I do like it. So yeah, I'll continue with this one. And that was very nice. I really like it. I really like it. And now we're gonna go through the detective part. Alright, interesting. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna play this some more. That's like that's the cool part, that cool thing that Obsidian is capable of doing now, which is quite interesting. Like they basically after becoming part of Microsoft and getting all their stuff on Game Pass and everything. It just allowed them to do like a whole bunch of experiments. They got a whole they got like a huge success with Grounded. I mean, Pentiment probably is not, you know, like super crazy commercially success because it's quite a niche game, right? Like the point and click stuff. I usually also don't really play point and click stuff too much, but like this actually is nice. It's interesting, it's educational, it's artistically pleasing and everything. It's nice. It's nice. I like it. And there's enough depth also, seems like, with like building, you know, with the dialogues and stuff. It's nice. Seems like it's nice, and maybe even the replayability is up there somewhere, but I mean, I'll do one. I'll do one when it's time. Alright, let's read the lamp. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna be back probably like at 5 or something. Probably.